What is going on, SoFi investors and potential investors? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason. In today's episode, I want to give you my brand new 1-year price target for SoFi stock. They just released earnings, so we're going to go over the earnings a little bit and where I think SoFi stock could potentially land 1 year from now. Most analysts, the average estimate's like $9.46. Well, SoFi is far and away past that, right, guys? So where could this stock go in 1 year? Is it going to be below $10? Is it going to be $20, $30, $40? Or is it going to settle somewhere in the teens? I'm going to give you my opinion and show you what I think SoFi stock is going to do in the next year and why. Stick around. All right, SoFi investors, take a look at the screen right here. I'm bringing you over to tip ranks. 13 Wall Street analysts offering 12-month price targets on SoFi in the last 3 months. The high $12.50, the low $4. The average of all 13, $8.63. Once again showing that these Wall Street analysts have a job, particularly for no reason, because the majority of them are not worth their bloated salaries, and that is clear by the evidence we've seen with SoFi stock, right? The stock is holding $11. I was right that SoFi stock sold off after earnings, which I predicted, right? What I got wrong was how quickly the stock would rebound, right? It sold off considerably. I knew that was going to happen, and it bounced back up into the $10. I was like, okay, that's pretty normal, right? But then over the remaining parts of the week, the stock has been pretty stable in that $11 range, which shows great things for SoFi moving forward. Are those harsh sell-offs back into the $6, $7 behind us? It kind of looks like that to me, right? In this little baby account, I have 240 shares, around $2,500. In my big dog account, I have 3,900 shares. And then in my IRA, I have around 350 shares. And I think in my mom's account that I help her with, we have around 200 shares in there. So right around 5,000 shares altogether. But the earnings were great. Nothing to, there's a few things that use a little work, but that goes without saying, right? They thought we were going to do 4 cents of earnings. We did 5 cents, which is great. So for the year, we're going to be in around that 12 to 13 cents of EPS, earnings per share for the year. I'm happy with that, considering they lost around 30 cents per share just last year, which is great. So what I want to do first is let's go through this earnings report and real quick, show you some of the stuff I liked. Members. 750K in Q3, amazing. Almost 9.4 million, up 35% year over year. So the growth, even at these huge numbers, continues to grow over 30% each and every quarter. We came down a little bit percent-wise, but over time, the year over year numbers are going to be harder and harder to hit the 30, 40, 50% and all that BS, right? So we really got to look at the number, the hard number, 750K. I think if we can grow consistently over 500,000 new members over the next couple years, SoFi is going to be right where we want them to be. Products, amazing, up 31% year over year, 13.7 million products, great, 31% year over year, or 37% when you're excluding digital asset accounts. I love where SoFi is going. They're getting products out to customers, and that is the most important thing, right? Galileo, I'm a little bit disappointed. Only added 2 accounts this past year. I don't love that. The last thing I want to go over, guys, is lending and financial service products. Lending products up 19%, financial service products up 33%, and financial service products have really good margins, guys, as well as the lending products, right? So the growth is there. I'm very happy with where we're at right now. So next thing I want to go over with, I just want to go over all these little things about SoFi stock, right? Where we're trading at market cap wise is right around $12 billion. There's about 1 billion shares out there floating around in the universe. Yeah, like I said, the EPS around 12, PE ratio coming in at 92, which is pretty high, but we're a newly profitable company, so that doesn't matter too much to me. So I always like to go into statistics, kind of see where we're at market cap wise, 12 billion. This is really important. Forward PEs at 53, trailing at 93. That means we're going to be making more money, more earnings in the next year, right? I like that. Price to book under 2. The buy range for me is between 1 and 2. I like where it's at right now. Obviously, in the last few quarters when it was like $6, $7 a share, the price to book was closer to 1, which is a lot more valuable for investors, right? But still under 2, I think that's a good spot where we're at. Profit margins, 8.5%. Operating margins the last 12 months, 9.2%. I like that as well. The revenue's coming in around $2.5 billion. So I love that. I love all this stuff. The short interest is still a little bit high for me. In my opinion, 17.87% is definitely a little bit high. All right, let's go over to analysis, right? We could kind of take a look at where we're projecting the stock is going to be, right? Out of these current quarter 10 analysts, a year ago sales compared to next year, 2025, 2.5 billion. Can we beat that? I think we definitely can beat that, guys. I really, really, really do. All right, guys, if we take a look at these EPS numbers, 16 cents in the current year, 37 cents in 2025. I think that's a crazy number, guys, right? If we look at the revenue right now, around $700 million per quarter. So if we get that up to $750 million per quarter, we'll be right around $3 billion in revenue by the end of the year. And earnings per share, if we can get in that 37-cent range, which is the high estimate, but even at the average estimate, say we do between 25 and 28 cents, that's still about a double up from where we're at right now, which is all numbers that I love to see as a investor in SoFi, right? Here are the growth estimates, right? Current quarter 100%, next quarter 150%, current year up 133%. I mean, the numbers look really, really good for SoFi in their growth estimates in US dollars, right? S&P 500, we're going to gain around 10 to 12%, which it typically does in a calendar year, right? Some years are better, some are worse. All right, guys, I'm going to go over to Google Finance right now. I'm a visual learner, so I like looking at these charts. And you can see just from a year ago, we did $515 million in revenue, and we lost $260 million. Now, we're almost at $700 million in revenue, and we made $60 million on the bottom line from losing $266 million. That's 4 quarters in a row of profitability. What is also on the horizon in 2025 is a potential S&P 500 inclusion. That could be on the horizon towards the back half of 2025. That would be huge. Revenue up 33%. Expenses are up 15%, a number I don't necessarily love to see. Net income up 122%. Net profit margins up 117%. Earnings per share up 266%, guys. These numbers are getting great. They're great. The cash is down a little bit. Total assets is up 20%. Liability is up about the same, at 25%, right? Just stuff we have to keep our eyes on. The net income year over year up 122%. Cash from operations up 56%. Cash from investing up 50%. Cash from financing down 43%. And net change in cash up 216%. So what SoFi is doing, guys, is quite remarkable. As long as we can continue to make money on the bottom line, I want to see us next quarter beat our all-time high net income of $88.04 million. I think that's definitely doable in the next quarter. And I expect as interest rates go down, SoFi is going to get more and more profitable. If you're a SoFi member like I am, you keep getting the emails that they're lowering the rate of the savings account. It's happening in every bank all across the country. And at the end of the day, the only thing that that's going to do for SoFi is make them more profitable because they have to pay people less money in interest, right? And they've actually been going down at a slower rate than some of the other big banks, which is great. Another reason why I keep all my extra cash in a SoFi savings account, which they pay you each and every month on your balance, which is really, really great too. So guys, I really do think, I'm looking at my numbers right now, that over $3 billion in revenue is definitely doable. And I think we can do over 30 cents in earnings per share. With all these numbers crunched, here's my price target for 1 year. It's $18. We're at $11 right now. I think with the potential of the S&P 500 inclusion, and I do think we're going to see a tapering off of this short interest because shorts since June have been getting obliterated, right? No one who has shorted the stock since June has made any money at all whatsoever, right? And as time goes on, the cost of borrowing, along with them getting obliterated on their shorts, people are going to start to second guess shorting SoFi stock, right? I do think at this current price point, we need some catching up to do over time. So I think we could stay in that $9 to $12 range for the next 6 months or so. So that's kind of how I'm playing SoFi. My 1 year price target is $18, and I'm selling puts in that $9, $8, and $7 range over the next 12 months. Just in case something crazy happens and we get down there, I could have an opportunity to buy SoFi at a considerable discount from the $11 price that it's at right now. So SoFi investors, $18 price target, November 2025. We'll see how well I do. I think over $15 is almost guaranteed, but we will see what happens as long as there's not some black swan event like another war or something crazy. And so if I continues to execute, I see no reason why they can't be $18 a share this time next year. I think we're going to do $3 billion in revenue and 30 cents of EPS per share for SoFi stock. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.